how to build and scale your online business, hosted by the one and the only Danny.
Thanks for coming, guys. It means a lot.
It's a pleasure to have all you guys out. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Nico. I'm the community engagement lead here at Flow. So if there's ever anything that you're passionate about, ever anything that you want to see more of in our community, and maybe potentially you want to meet some more like-minded people that are into the same thing. I believe everyone here is a little bit entrepreneurial, and I think we all have that in common, which I think is incredible. I'm really excited to hear more about what each and every one of you guys is looking to create. Yeah. And I know Danny, more than anybody that I know, will definitely be able to support you in growing and scaling that online business. I'm going to pass it off to Danny so he can give you his spiel, introduce himself, and we'll hop right into the night.
Appreciate it. And by the way, even if it's not online, we're still going to go over general principles and stuff, so that's completely fine. But I'm Danny Cavallero. I've been here about like 3 years going on. Nico hates me. He gives me the eviction notice. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I've been here a while, and first of all, I appreciate everyone coming. I do want to make it a little bit interactive, so I don't want to take up too much time like going around and, you know, thinking about ideas and stuff. But I do want to know if you're looking to start, if you don't have a business and you're looking to start, that's completely cool. Or if you have a current business and you're looking to grow it. So just real quick, if you're looking to start or if you currently have one, and then what industry. If we could kind of just go around, if that's cool. Big Bill to start off.
I run an online accounting firm.
Okay.
Keeping it tight.
Awesome. I'm actually a client of his. Highly recommend.
I'm a client of his too.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
Music business, songwriting, music production.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, music production, got it.
Collectibles business, but also looking to start other businesses.
So cool. Okay.
Pilot.
Cool. Cool. Love it.
A tech business, but also looking to start something else.
Okay. Awesome.
I own a construction company, which I'm selling.
Nice.
I'm looking to basically just explore what else is there.
Nice. Okay. Right.
All over the place right now. I'm like an international cultural company right now.
Yep.
I'm using a program, but a little bit of TV, film, trying to
Yeah.
just migrate out there more
Awesome.
in the future. So
Awesome.
got a long-term plan on it.
Yep. Awesome. Yes.
I'm still analog, but I'm willing to learn.
Awesome, love it. Yeah, whether you're willing to learn, whatever it is. A little bit about my story is I was growing up, I was into sports, and then I actually broke my kneecap at 14 years old. And it was definitely hard, and it was stressful. I gained a lot of weight, I lost a lot of confidence, and it was really stressful for me because I was always like that sports guy, and then, you know, I gained the 30 pounds, and I lost myself a little bit. And so I got coaching, I got into fitness, and I really like fell in love with it. So 7 years ago, I actually started my online fitness business, and I knew there was a lot of potential, but I literally had like no idea what I was doing. I had no clue. And so in the first working year, 365 days, I made about $1,500, which is $4 a day, so it wasn't really sustainable. And then I invested in mentors, I went to seminars, and the past couple years was able to grow the business to 6 figures, consecutive years, helping over 400 people with their health and fitness. I focus on a specific niche, which we'll kind of talk about. I focus on mostly men trying to lose weight. And so I built it up, and it was very fulfilling. And so now I'm helping coaches and businesses scale their own businesses to 6 figures and trying to have more income, more freedom. And so today we're going to be going over the 4 main pillars. And so if you don't have a current business right now, can you just raise your hand? If you're looking to maybe start one though, okay, a couple, awesome. And then if you have one right now, raise your hand if you have a current one. Okay, so it's a mix of both. This is great. So we're going to be going over 4 main pillars, whether if you are looking to start or you currently have one, it's going to help no matter what. So first thing is going to be the identity of your business, which is basically like the DNA of your business. Like, what is your business actually comprised of? And then attraction, which is how are people actually finding out about what you do? Sales is how are people exchanging money for the value that you provide? And then it's kind of cut off, I apologize. I don't know why I did this on a whiteboard, Nico, whatever. And then delivery is like, once people actually pay you, what are the things that they are getting? All right, so we're gonna break it down. And first thing is first, I have some notes here. Okay, first thing is first is actually gonna be identity. So if you're on your worksheets, or if you wanna do this on a laptop, you can do that too. On the top left, I just want you to write identity on the top left. And basically, this is like the DNA of your business. Okay, so let's write identity. And first thing that I want you to write down that we're gonna go over is your core values. Now, before we even get into this, like, I used to think this was stupid, the core values, like coming up with this, because I was like, if I write down my core values, that's not gonna bring me customers right away. So I'm like, let me skip over that, let me go to like cold calls, all that. But the thing with core values is it's extremely important because you wanna know the type of customer you wanna bring into your offer or product. And you also, if you're hiring employees, you wanna make sure that everyone aligns with your core values, okay? So basically core values is basically rules that the business abides by, or traits that the business abides by. So if we're gonna uncover this, all right, and just for example, these are some of mine: integrity, following through with what you say, punctuality, right? So with employees, but also customers that you bring on, you can make sure that they have some of these, and it's gonna make your life a whole lot easier. So Nico, if you can play some music, just for like 60 seconds, in the top left the box, I want you to write down 3 to 5 core values that you have for your business or for your potential business. Love it. And I want to hear some. I'm going to call some people out. I'm watching you. I'm kidding. All right, 30 more seconds. Cool, we're good, we're good. I want to hear some. And try to leave some room in the boxes. Get creative. All right, Nico, we're good. So who wants to share a couple? There we go. Bill, let's hear it.
I got communication,
Love
kindness, and dedication.
I love
the
that.
reasons are because you want us to tell like why. Or
Yeah,
just
that would be great.
Okay, and then you said for people you hire and people
Yeah.
you work with, right?
Yeah.
So for like a client's situation is you have to talk to each other. Like I'm your client
Right.
for fitness. I have to
Right.
tell you my calories, what my goals are.
Yeah.
everything. Same back with me, with accounting and stuff. I need to know what type of business you have, what kind of deductions you're looking for.
Yeah.
Kindness is nobody wants to work with a jerk.
Yeah.
So nobody, if I'm a jerk, you don't want to work with me. If you're a jerk, I don't
Yeah.
want to work with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to hire you. And then dedication. When I start the project, I'm fully committed.
Yeah.
So as a client, I need you to do the same.
Okay, I love that. And something that brings up too is like, a lot of you, especially when starting, might want to bring on everybody, but it's going to cost you more in the long run if you have a bad hire or if you have a bad client that does not align with your core values. You're going to have to say no to money, but you'll make more in the long run if you stick to your core values. So thank you for sharing. One more? Yes.
I said a unique product or solution.
Love
as well
it.
as innovation.
Love it, 100%. So that also gets me kind of into like unique selling proposition, which is having something unique about your offer that's gonna separate you from your competition. So I love that 100%. And so core values, that's gonna be important, make sure that's noted. And now next what we're gonna get into is your I help statement. So you might see this on some Instagram accounts, like people that have this I help, whatever. This is not specifically for Instagram. This is for you, for extreme clarity, and this is for your audience to know exactly who you help and what you do. So I want everyone to know this, and then I want you to write it down. This is how an I help statement is structured. It is I help, and then what you're gonna write down and enter in is the type of person that you help, right? So business owners, or with me with fitness coaching, it was like busy, career-driven men. So type of person, and then you want to enter the achieved desired result that they want, whatever they're actually paying you money for, and then without sacrifice that they think they have to make. So for fitness with me, what mine is I help career-driven men lose weight, build muscle, and feel more confident without hours in the gym or restrictive diets, right? So for example, if we're using Bill with taxes, right? I help busy business owners, right, do their taxes in less than whatever it is, 1 month, 90 days, without them lifting a finger or putting in an ounce of effort, something like that. All right, so I want you, and can you see how this is like a lot more clear than just, oh, I help people lose weight, right? If you're talking to everybody, you're really talking to nobody. So with your messaging, you want to be very specific on what you do, who you help, and without sacrificing. So music, Nicholas, all right, 60 seconds, and I want you to create your I help statement. And I want you to that vertical. All right, 30 more seconds. I want to hear some. Hey, what's up, man? All right, who wants to share? Who wants to share one? Yes.
I'll share mine. Give a little backstory. Of context
Yeah, for
to it.
sure, for sure.
One of the ideas that I had was trying to get off the ground is a spontaneous travel app,
Okay.
where it's more of like a tech thing.
Okay.
So my thing would be I help the average Joe travel the world without spending hours searching for flights or stressing about travel.
Love it, 100%. Just like that. That's great. That's great. Anyone else? Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I help businesses get more appointments without appointment setters.
I like that. I like that. It's intriguing. You know, it gives you like, oh, like what does this guy do?
I help business owners get more appointments without appointment setters.
Without appointment setters.
So a lot of business owners hate appointment setters.
That's good. Okay. One more. Go ahead.
Well, this is for the future. I help
Yeah.
business executives reach their peak performance natural state without sacrificing their business needs.
Love it. Okay, that's good. That's good. And so basically what this is for is when your audience finds out about you, it's extremely clear with what you do. And so now you'll probably start to see, if you go onto social media pages and they're trying to sell something, you'll see if it's like they don't really have a clear understanding of this, or if it's like really dialed in. All right, you want this really dialed in and really clear. And this isn't just for social media, right? This could be on a website. This can be literally you just talking to someone in the elevator. Oh, what do you do? Oh, well, I help XYZ do this without that. Like this could be your elevator pitch. All right, and so last thing is actually getting market research. So if you guys could just write down market research with minimum 5 to 10 people. And so what you're gonna do, this is what I highly encourage everybody to do, is you can take an Amazon gift card, $5, $10, $15, and you can give it to someone exchanging basically for information. You wanna give this to a potential customer that would sign up. And you'll say like, hey, I'm just trying to get research because I'm starting this new thing, or I'm trying to grow my business. And so I'm just looking for genuine feedback. In exchange for your time, I'll give you a $20 Amazon gift card. I have nothing to sell you. Like literally tell them I'm not gonna sell you anything because you're not. This is just for collecting information. And so what you can do on these calls is basically ask these potential clients what they would be looking for in a service that you provide, right? In a product that you provide. What are they looking for? Okay? A great question that you can ask is, hey, if this service, if this product was $50 million, what would you expect out of it? And they will literally, you'll be so surprised, they will tell you things that you can build for free, right? So you can ask, if this was like $50 million, let's just say hypothetically speaking. I remember I asked a client this when I was fitness coaching more, and they said like a supplement sheet. And I was like, are you fucking kidding right now? Like I could just whip that up. And so it brings the perceived value of what you actually deliver a lot higher if you're meeting some of these standards, okay? So That's with identity, okay? And that's before even marketing, sales, any of that. Do we have any questions on any of this? Yeah, let me know.
I feel like for 50 million, I expect the whole flow building, you know.
That's listen, you might not be able to deliver on a lot, but they might slip you some nuggets that's like, oh, I could actually do that and it might cost you $50 per month. Or it might just be free, right? Okay, go ahead.
So this is actually great, but what about like how to come up with the idea on what would be a good business and all that? Are we going to go into that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. In terms of that, this is what I'll say. If you're actually thinking about like pursuing a business and you don't have an idea yet, probably should have started that earlier. What I would recommend is going to your YouTube or your social media. What are the things that you passionately watch for free, that you just pay your own time to and you do for free? So for music, you probably love music and you're like, how can I turn this into a business? Is that how that started with you, or?
Well, I'm a singer.
Okay, perfect.
I started with like live events.
Okay, awesome.
And I became a songwriter and producer and songwriter.
Perfect.
Recording other
Perfect. Perfect.
and then just trying to scale it.
Awesome, I love that. And so usually it starts with like something you're passionate about. And so if you literally just go to your search history and you see what you're spending your valuable time just looking into, you can probably build a business off of that.
That's great, actually.
Okay.
That's
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you definitely should start with that.
I know. If no one has an idea yet, you can definitely ask, yeah.
Yeah, I also want to say you can ask ChatGPT like what are hottest business trends
Exactly.
to elaborate based on what I want. And then
Exactly. Exactly. You could use AI, ChatGPT, and you could feed it like your top 10 like things you love to do, and then you could be like, what are top 5 businesses that are profitable that will make me money? What can I start?
Although I like your recommendation a lot more, I've tried to ChatGPT and all this, uploading personality tests, but what you just suggested is
Yeah, just go to your own, like, what do you search on Instagram or YouTube, or it's, you know, it's late at night and you're bored, like, what are you spending your free time on, and build a business, because then it won't feel like a business.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Something I also realized myself is you could also look at what's taking up most of my time.
Exactly.
What's something that I don't like.
True.
Maybe that's a need in the market.
Right.
So if there's something in your life where you're saying, oh my gosh, this is so hard to do, you can kind of tackle that and say, that's something like
100%, 100%. Yeah, really good. Any other questions with identity so far? Or not just yet? Okay, cool. So now, like, you have an idea of what to start, or you're already established and you're getting going, you have your core values, you know exactly who you help, what you help them do, and without crazy sacrifices you help them with. And you also have done market research, and now the next step is letting people know about your stuff. All right, so we're gonna go to attraction. I'm sorry about my handwriting, by the way, not the prettiest. Okay, letting people know about your stuff. You can either do it for free, or you can do it paid. So I would like you to write down both if that's okay. Free ways you can let people know about your stuff is social media, word of mouth, people just talking about it, referrals, so your clients are bringing on other people, email, warm messages, which is reaching out to people that you do know, which is warm, cold messages, which is reaching out to people you do not know, and then warm calls, and then cold calls, and then also partnerships. There might be some paid partnerships, but these are all things that you can literally do for free to get people to know about your stuff, okay? Now, if you want to pay for attraction, and if you want to pay for eyeballs to see your stuff, you can do paid ads, like Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, virtual or in-person events. Usually those cost money. I'm blessed, this is free tonight for me. In-person events, and lead scraping softwares, right? So you use a lead scraping software, right? What's it called, Mark?
I did use that for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, it's not anymore?
Took
But even like Apollo.io, I think. So
I am
basically,
using that.
Okay, awesome. So basically, lead scraping software is AI that will just generate leads for you, give you contact information that you can eventually sell them on. So now, I want you to play, increase the music a little bit. We're gonna take 60 seconds. I want you to write down 1 to 3 things. If you don't have a business yet, what can you focus on when you do have that business to build some awareness, build some attraction? And if you currently have a business, what are some things that you can focus on now to keep getting the word out there, to build that awareness? I want you to write 1 of 3 things out of these. All right, 1 of 3.
What's the lead scraping software?
So the lead scraping software is basically you pay a software where based on your industry, they will feed you leads. They'll be like, this is Jane Doe, this is the email, this is the phone number, and then you could reach out to them.
Where do you get that?
You could basically just like look up for if it was like music or songwriter, lead scraping software, like something will come up. I would probably use ChatGPT and look up the top ones for your industry, if that makes sense.
The one he just recommended was Apollo.io.
I've heard good things about that.
Yeah.
Does anyone use Apollo?
I do.
You do? Do you like it?
I'm a small, normally at a larger corporation, I would use a Zoom Info, like that's the big one, that's the conglomerate of all. But yeah, Apollo, it's good. I love the user friendliness. I don't know for sure about the data yet, as far as like as extensive as Zoom Info.
Okay.
But it's good. I mean, it's been running pretty good.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're into music, you can pay someone on Fiverr to scrape like Instagram accounts of people. They do like, there are people manually scraping
Exactly. Yeah.
for $3 an hour or less.
Also, there's a guy in the building who has an AI company. His company, you tell it what type of customer you're looking for. For example, you're looking for property managers in Fort Lauderdale, and his AI software will automatically reach out to all property managers in Fort Lauderdale using all of their social medias, which is really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
What's our guy's name?
Sanjay, I'll connect you to him.
Yeah.
There we go. Love it. Love it. So, okay, who has 1 to 3 that they want to really dial in, or maybe they're trying to dial in right now? Anyone? Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out cold email, but last time I opened a call, it just was maybe I'm not using it enough. It was too slow. Like maybe it was not giving me enough leads. I want to send 1,000 call leads a day.
Yeah.
It was like giving me like not even 20 leads a day. Maybe.
Okay. So you were using Apollo though?
I tried it. I tried
Okay.
C70 Finder,
Okay.
line of leads.
So a bit of cold email and Apollo. Okay, got it. Anyone else? Focusing on specific platforms? Okay, nothing? Yeah, let me know.
Instagram.
Okay, love it.
Instagram or
Facebook.
no, I stay off Facebook.
Yeah.
Sorry. The three main ones that I'm looking at that I want to venture more into is TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
TikTok. Okay.
TikTok more like top funnel just to reach the biggest audience.
Yeah.
Instagram kind of like more bottom funnel, trying to like get them closer to where I want to get them.
Okay.
And YouTube is more for me would be like thought leadership.
Okay.
So like making myself.
I like it.
Within that space.
I like it. Okay. So that's all good. Yeah.
I was gonna say the Facebook groups for
Facebook
certain
groups.
niches B2B are massive because there's
Yep.
plenty of people and
Yep.
you can do one post asking a question.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
So I'm obviously not online, but I use a lot of Google Ads. I also do everyday direct mail
Yep.
because I do residential
Yep.
construction, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, direct mail, door to door, those are things I didn't really add. But even with like brick and mortar businesses, these things could still work. But yeah, there's definitely other ways. And so obviously there's a lot of ways people can find out about what you do. But you can see it's almost like a funnel, right? A lot of people kind of get lost at the top. They find out about you, but they don't become an interested paying customer. And so add like the substance of all this free and paid stuff, what I highly recommend, what I want everyone to write down right now is within this type of content, whether it's emails or cold call, like social media, I want you to focus on these 4 main pillars, which is value, connection, proof, and documentation. This will help tremendously. Let's write this down. Value, connection, proof, documentation. So value is basically giving direct value to your audience for free, solving their problems for free. So if they're trying to lose weight, here are 5 best tips, workouts, to lose the belly fat, the muscle, whatever it is. And so you want to do this so your audience sees you as the authority. They're going to trust you a lot more. And if you solve your audience's first couple of problems, when they run into more problems, they're going to come back to you. Because you helped them solve the first problem, they're going to run into more issues, they're going to come right back to you because you are the one that actually gave them upfront value compared to your competitors where they're probably like, give me your money, what's your credit card? They just want to get paid, right? So sometimes we have to actually get the trench work going and provide value. Next thing is connection, right? So through your emails, through your social media partnerships, I want you to share more about your personal story, right? And this is a little bit uncomfortable for people, and I understand that, but that's what's gonna give you the human approach. People have to relate to you on a deep level if they are gonna buy your product, all right? Then proof. Proof is a big one. You wanna be showing client wins, you wanna be showing social proof, making sure that your audience knows that your stuff actually works. All right, you want to be putting a lot of proof out there, and then documentation is showing your life outside of your business, right? If you're traveling, if you have family, like show that you're actually human and you're not just a business owner trying to collect cash every day. Like show you're actually human. So if you have these 4 main pillars, it's really going to help. What I want you to do, take 30 seconds. Which one do you think you have to most focus on? A little bit more. All right, if you're focusing on too much value, maybe you're missing connection or proof, I want you to write down which one you have to focus a bit more on. You write that down. Joe, I see you writing. What do we write? What do we got?
I think connection probably. Like I'm pretty decent at the proof, documentation. I provide a ton of value on my page, but I think just going back and sharing my story before, kind of like how I grew up on the farm to like where I am now, I think that's going to help.
Love it.
Just kind of like, show that I'm a human.
100%. Love that. Yes.
So I never started a business in my life, but my best friend from college, he started an online coaching business while he was working full time. And I think for him it was a connection piece. He told his story. He told his story of how he was pre-diabetic and how he overcame his called insulin resistance to when he lost a ton of weight. And then that was sort of through that connection he was able to generate his flagship customer and drive the customer.
Exactly. Connection is so important because connection, if you connect properly, then you're going to be leading by these core values, and so people are going to see, oh, like Danny really resonates, like he's making up his core values and I'm hearing more about his story. So that's how you're going to just attract the best customers because they really know you, they really like you, they really trust you, and they align with everything you're doing in the identity piece of things. So connection is a big one. Right? Does that all make sense? Yeah.
I would argue that it really depends on the product or company or what it is. For example, if it's a construction company, if you're doing a construction company, if it's a larger scale, they don't care what the CEO is doing with his family. They want a project. You know, they want a project.
So, and oftentimes I don't even tell them that I own the company because otherwise they ask for discounts.
No, I hear you. So something with that is like you don't have to go all in and make social media content about connection, but what you could do like on your website is talk about like who started the company. What year did it start? How did it start? Like talk more about the founder, all that stuff. That could be connection piece right there. You know what I mean? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I would still like argue that even though it's, I totally agree that like there are guys like Alex or mostly that kept quiet until they arrived at 100 million, but when he was there, he started producing content. He even got a lot of new people that were not there when he was at 100 million.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, quick question. For someone like a construction company, wouldn't that be more of a proof? The connection and proof would be intertwined because they can tell the story, hey, so-and-so, we helped transform their property, and then tell the story of their property.
100%. Yeah, if you could intertwine all 4 of these, like that would be great. That would be 100% ideal. But yeah, to answer your question, like putting in value connection into one is going to be really important for sure. And I think like with any business, even if you really watch, if you like, all right, I watched the Super Bowl. Did we watch the Super Bowl this year? Anyone? They did the commercials and stuff. They did. And so if you watch the big name, the big brand commercials, they didn't even talk. They didn't say, oh, Apple has the best phones, we have the best software. They literally just connected by evoking an emotion, right? They just made you feel a certain way by the end of the commercial. They didn't say, we're the best, or we have this, and our competitors have that. They just connected to the audience on a deep level, where at the end of the commercial, you're like choking up. I'm watching Amazon, I'm like about to cry. Like, but they don't even sell, you know, it's not supposed to be emotional. They just deliver packages. But they just want to connect because they want to make us feel a certain way, so I think about their product more. That makes sense. Good? Any questions with that right there? Okay. So I know there's some different businesses and stuff. I want to talk more about just like higher end, not even higher end, but services, maybe where you don't have a lot of trust from people that see you right away, what will help is long form content. Because people on average need 7+ hours of content to actually buy from you. So what will speed up that process is long form content. This could be like through YouTube, it's free. So basically, for example, if someone finds out about you through a cold email or maybe social media, and then they can watch a long form video on you, and this is gonna help the rule of time. And the rule of time implies that people will buy from people that they spend more time with. Because people buy from friends. If you have a best friend and you need a watch, and your best friend came out with a watch company, who are you gonna buy? You're not going to Michael Kors, like you're going to your best friend, because you spend so much time with them. So you wanna be building content, even long form content, to really get them to know, like, and trust you, okay? Any questions there? Any questions on that? Okay, and even with the app idea, right? So it's like they could find out about you on social media, and then you give them to like you get them to a link where they watch like a 5-minute video about the connection piece of the company, how it started, why it started, all that. You know what I mean? Okay, awesome. Any questions so far? Comments? Yeah, let me know.
Could I just add something?
Yeah, let me know.
Traction? So, especially with beginners, what I've seen work really well is before you get into paid traffic, start with free because I've seen a lot of people, they get into paid ads way too quick. They, start spending a ton of money on whatever it is, but they don't have like the proof of concept yet. They haven't really dialed in their messaging, built their social media. So I'm a big proponent in like getting some sales first through free, whether it's with social media, content, even DM outreach. Like I spent 6 years just like DMing people, making sure that I'm in the trenches, doing client research, locking in deals, and proving that like, okay, people do want the service, they see results. And then what you can do is, once you have something that works, start doing paid traffic, and that can kind of like escalate.
That's a good point.
Success.
So basically, what Joe said is start with free, which I highly recommend, and then once you get some clients and proof of concept, you can use the profits from these clients to actually put into ads. So you're not really losing anything. Okay, so start with free, you can master that, and then you can get to paid ads. And once you're doing both, you'll really get profit. Make sense? Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Okay, so what I want to say before the sale, if we're going to get to there, in like this realm right here, there's going to be a conversation that takes place. If you're doing this correctly, people are going to be interested, and maybe they reach out to you in person, they talk to you, maybe it's the DMs, and so then you want to talk about the actual sale, right? Exchanging money for what actually you deliver. So I want to ask, who here, if they're looking to start a business or has one now, who here takes sales calls? Okay, most sales calls. Who has, instead of sales calls, like a checkout page or a website, like a funnel? Okay, couple. You, awesome. Any other?
Website like what?
Like a website, like a checkout page, you could buy something, okay. Other than those two, is there any other sales process that somebody has that somebody wants to talk about? Because I'm going to go over,
So I've tried, it doesn't convert as well as sales calls, but it's especially for like a 1K Google Doc. I'm going to make a link at the end.
Okay.
That's if you need to like get
Google
something
Doc?
quick and you don't have a website yet.
Okay.
It's like for
Okay,
beginners.
so Google Doc, that will kind of apply to what we're going to talk about with like a checkout page, because it's kind of similar with like a Google Doc. It's like a visual, it's a visual display. What we're going to go over for sales, I do sales calls and I recommend sales calls. If you have a product or service that's a little bit more expensive, I would definitely recommend calls. Some people even recommend 2 calls. The first call, you get to like know them a little bit better and discover them, and then the second call is the close. So we're going to be talking about a process. Not rip anything. All right, so this is the phone/Zoom call, and there's going to be 2 phases. There's going to be the discovery phase, and then there's going to be the pitch. So in the discovery phase, right? So let's say you're doing everything perfectly, you're starting, you're trying, you have ideas with your business, and now people are finding out a bit about your business. What I highly encourage you to do is get them on a call, and this is how you can structure your calls. First is the discovery phase. This is where you want to find out their main motivation for them to actually opt in or join your service, your offer, why are they on the call? And you could just straight up, ask them like, hey John, I really appreciate your time today. I want to kind of just like dive into it after you build some rapport. And just so I can best help you, what is the motive for booking in? Just so I could point this call in the right direction. And so they're going to go over all the reasons why they need your help. And so it's almost like you're a lawyer or you're an attorney. In a court of law, there's a main rule where attorneys and lawyers, they never ask questions that they don't know the answers to. That's how OJ won his case. I just watched the documentary. But so basically, you need to ask. It's true because if you guys know the OJ case, I don't want to go on a side tangent, but basically they made him put on like the murderer's glove and it didn't fit. But the attorney messed up because he didn't know if it was going to fit or not. He should only ask questions he 100% knows the answer to. So in this question, we know the person on the call, they need the construction done. They know they want to lose 30 pounds. They know that they want to add an extra 10K or build their personal brand. They know that they want to save taxes. But we want to ask them that to make sure that they actually know in their mind why they're there and get them to think like, okay, oh damn, like I actually do need this a lot. Because now they're talking out loud about it, right? So you're going to ask the main goals, what they're currently doing to actually get to their goals, and then their main struggles. We ask this specifically because we're asking their North Star, like where do you want to be? What's your main goal? Okay, what are you doing and what are you struggling with? So now there's this big gap, right? Where they are now, where they want to go, right? So Joe, personal branding, let's say they want some more followers. They have 10 followers. They want 1,500. They're at 10. They want 1,500 followers. There's a big gap. There's a big gap. That happens with all of you if you offer a service. And so now your role is to fill in that gap with your service. So in the discovery, all we're doing is widening the gap of where they are now and where they really want to go. Does that make sense? That's clear? Any questions on that so far? Okay, awesome. So once you feel like you could actually help them and there's a wide enough gap, then you can get into the pitch, which is you just going over your service, your program, or whatever it is that you're actually providing, your app, whatever it is. And so we're gonna do this in a 3-5-1 pitch. If you just wanna write that down, 3-5-1, I'm gonna go over it, and then we're gonna quickly tailor a pitch to you that you can give to some potential customers. So 3-5-1 pitch, let's write that down. Now, first thing is focusing on your 3 core pillars. And we're gonna actually use a stool for an example. I did get this, not for myself, this is from someone named Alex Ramosi, if you've heard of him. But basically, any business has 3 main core pillars that they can try and sell to potential customers. So you can wrap up your service in your 3 most important pillars, and then you could be talking to your potential customers and compare each pillar to a leg of a stool. Right, and so if you tell your potential customers, right, each of my pillars, it's like a leg of a stool. If you take out one leg of this stool, you're not going to be able to sit on it. It's not going to be able to work. You're going to have to throw this stool out. And so we're going to need each 3 pillars of our process to make sure that you do lose the weight, or you build that building, or you save 5K on taxes, or you grow to 20,000 followers. So you want to help them see that they need each 3 legs, each 3 pillars to make sure they get to their goal. Does that make sense? So you're breaking down the 3 main pillars. Good. After the main pillars, you want to offer 5 bonuses. Offer 5 bonuses, and basically these are just some extra gifts on top of your core offer, on top of your core product. And so what this can be like is a viral cheat sheet, or it can be like a supplement guide tailored to your goals. And let's say you already offer something in your core product that's like that. I would take it out and put it as your bonus because it seems like they're getting more. It seems like they're getting a deal if they're getting some bonuses and all that. Okay? So they have the meat and potatoes, the main product, and then you have 5 bonuses on top of that product. So it seems like they're getting a good deal. And then also you want 1 irresistible guarantee. 1, if you want to write that down. And basically what that looks like is you can tell them, hey, if by the end of the service you're not satisfied, you get a full refund, no questions asked, plus I'm gonna send you an extra $1,000 for wasting your time. So if you go through the 3 main pillars that are gonna help them achieve their desired goal right here, right? And if you offer 5 bonuses, some extra add-ons, and have 1 very good guarantee, it's gonna be very hard to say no. Okay, so now, if we could put the music on, Nico. Sure. We're gonna spend a couple minutes on this one. I want you to construct your own 3-5-1 pitch. So what are your 3 core pillars? What are 5 bonuses you can offer? And then what is your 1 guarantee? Let's start constructing that. Yeah, let me know.
No, that's great. Benefits and rights.
So that's a great point. That's like the 3 core pillars is like 3 benefits, 3 main benefits that are gonna help them achieve their main goal that they're told.
So that's what we're talking about. Yes. For example, benefits could be like more energy, weight loss, whatever. But the core offering could be like, here's the platform. There's a fitness community you're part of.
So maybe I take that back in terms of the benefits. So the benefits are the things that they get, but for fitness, it would be custom nutrition.
Right.
That's a main pillar, right? Custom workouts, that's pillar number 2. One-on-one accountability, that's pillar number 3.
So plus instruction.
I think the pillars is more like the process. So
Exactly.
With me, I say like, okay, we're gonna help you structure your offer. We're gonna help you dial in your messaging, grow your following, position you as an authority. And then you'd say, and basically it's a 12-week program. In that program, you get 8 one-on-one calls, modules. Yeah.
That's awesome. So it's like the process, yeah.
So David, I was thinking of
Yeah.
core offering, and I thought of it like, hey, if I was going to write a purchase order, what would the line items be? That's the core offerings. And the benefits, like the outcome of all of that service.
Yeah. If you want to include the benefits in there, 100% you could. Usually you want to say that when you're going over this. So if you want me to go a little bit more into detail, what you want to do when going over the core pillars, if you want to write this down, is something called FAB. F-A-B. F-A-B. It's an abbreviation. And so you don't just want to, there's a saying like, you want to sell the vacation, you don't want to sell the plane flight, right? You want to sell Maui, you don't want to sell you're sitting next to an old guy, the baby's screaming in the back. They have to go through that to get to Maui, but you don't want to sell the plane flight. You want to sell you're gonna have the margarita on the beach and the wind is going through your hair. You wanna be selling that, right? And so how you're gonna do that is by FAB, feature, advantage, benefit. What that can look like with fitness is like, yeah, Susan, so what you're gonna get is a custom workout plan, that's the feature. And then the advantage is like, it's going to be step by step, so you're not wasting time at F45 anymore or the boot camps. You're gonna save more time to have with your family. That's the advantage. And then the benefit is so you could get tight and tone and feel like $1 million on the beach this summer, right? That's like the benefit. So feature, advantage, benefit in that order when you're going over the process in your service. Does that make sense? Okay.
Question. So for
Yeah.
a voice AI offer, what could be 5 bonuses? I'm thinking about like
Okay.
maybe a
So
cheat sheet, like
yes, 5 bonuses with what you offer for the leads can be like basically for your niche, they want to get more leads so they can close more deals and set more appointments. They need more leads. So it could just be like a viral magnetic cheat sheet. It could be a bi-weekly content review that you offer, right? What you can literally do, some things that you already offer in your core product, take it out and just put it as a bonus. So in their mind, like in the program you're not doing anything, but in their mind it feels like they're getting more because it's a bonus, if that makes sense. Okay, does that make sense though? Yeah.
It could be like a white paper with a bonus.
But then that wouldn't like give any value though, you know what I mean? Like you need it to give value in some sort of way, you know what I mean?
I think he means like an ebook.
An ebook.
Like you ever heard of white paper? It's like Intel. You can send to a customer because he's doing a lead conversion, right?
I thought he meant literally.
I thought you meant literally just a white blank paper.
That's what I
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, white
my
paper.
bad. You're the man.
There's market research for your.
Yeah.
That would be a great idea. That would be a great idea. A market research template, something like that. Yep.
I think you're selling Hawaii. What you're selling is a family, an unforgettable family.
Exactly.
vacation.
The experience. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I meant. 100%. Selling that experience.
Okay, but you said Hawaii.
Yeah. Like being at Hawaii with your family on the beach. That type of thing. Right. Great. Anything else? Questions? Ahmad? Good? Does that make sense? Appreciate you, bro. Nico, you had one? Nope? Good? Okay. I thought I saw your hand come up. Yep.
How do you determine 2 cold close versus 1 cold close?
That's a good question. I think it depends on your price point, right? If it's over 5, 10, 15K, then it would probably be a 2 call close. Also, your rapport with the potential customer, if they're really cold, probably a 2 call close. Because then you're gonna try and close them up front, first call, they might ghost. But then the first call, you could just use discovery for the first call, that's it. All right, John, the point of this call, I just wanna see how I can best help you and see if this is even a good fit. So we're gonna be going over this today. And then at the end of the call, if we feel like it's a good fit, we'll book in for the next call, which is gonna be our implementation call, where we're gonna go over the process and see if this is gonna help you out. So 2 call close for like the rapport and also the price point.
It could also depend on the objection. Like, let's say you're in discovery, they mention that they have a partner. Or like,
Exactly.
you know, yeah, I probably need to like go talk to my partner or wife or whatever. At that point, you probably wouldn't want to go into like the pricing and the pitch. You might want to be like, okay, well, I'll go through like the deliverables and all that, but then let's set up a call with Sally or whatever, because you don't want to go through the whole thing and then they're just like, yeah, let me go talk to my wife or whatever.
Yeah, situational. If they're like all in and they've been watching your attraction they've been watching for a while, one call.
Joe, by the way, great point, but when they say they want to speak with a wife, it's usually that you haven't, it's usually
smoke.
It's usually smoke. It's usually smoke.
Because I don't talk to my wife about any investments. I'll just, if I ever say that, just know I'm just using this.
So that's with the actual pitch. And then I do want to say though, when it comes to price, so after this, if there's what I say, there's like 2 sales on the call. You have to sell the process. You want to make sure they're fully bought into the process, and finances aside, like everything makes sense to them. They're loving the service, they're loving the project, what you're about to do, and then you could get into logistics, and then you could drop price. And price is very subjective. You can literally charge whatever you want. America's great. But the thing is, what I always say is like, have a great product so you can charge high prices, because business is easier if you have 10 clients that pay $3,000 compared to 100 clients that pay 300. It's the same amount of money, but life will be a lot easier. You'll have less headaches, and you'll have higher end clients, and you'll have a much better service because your profit margins will be better, and then you could pour more into your product and help more people. That makes sense. So that's at the end of all this. Is just basically dropping the price, and then you go over logistics from there. That all makes sense? Love it, love it. Now, just real quick, if you have a website or checkout page, I recommend phone calls, but if you have a product that's not as expensive, maybe under 1,000 or 500, you can do a very effective checkout page or Google Doc like we talked about. Here are just some keys that I put down on that landing page or website, whatever it is. Call out your niche, their pains, what they're struggling with, and also what they want to accomplish. So their visions, what they want. Also put what you do, what your offer is, and then a guarantee. Like, I guarantee I'm gonna assign you 5 clients in 90 days, whatever it is. You wanna put so much client results on your landing page, on your website, where it's almost like ridiculous, okay? Because you're not talking to them. So the proof is gonna do the sales. So a lot of client results. You wanna have a price anchor too. So have you ever seen like, oh, it's $597, they cross it off and it's $147. So there's a reason why it works. Do that. A countdown timer, right? And with the price thing, it's just people want a deal. People love getting deals. The countdown timers for urgency to, keep them on the page, keep their card number, get that going. And then also super, super, super clear direction on what to do and how to pay you. Don't get them confused with a bunch of different tabs and all this. It doesn't matter. All right, so that's what you can do there. Any questions on that checkout page? Yeah.
The countdown timers still work.
So
I've read some multiple opinions.
if you're working, I would like your opinion maybe, but if you're working with a more sophisticated client, honestly, maybe not, because they sniff that stuff. But sometimes even me, when I'm on a checkout page and I see a timer, even me, I'm like, oh shit. Because it's just the subconscious, it's like a New Year's Eve countdown. 10,
You might as well
9,
do it.
it just gets you into that mood to do something.
Yeah.
So you can test it out too. Any other questions on the checkout page? Anything?
For you, for what you do, is there a lot of people that will just check out?
No, I don't even have a checkout option. Always a phone call. Even if someone says in the DMs, like, I'm ready to go, phone call.
Yeah, I don't even give a price. Like, for me and Danny, we charge more like high ticket, so like it's not even a good idea to have.
I
like,
never
the
even
prices.
talk about prices. I never even talk. If they ask about prices, I'll be like, yeah, I have a lot of different options for different budgets. It depends.
Yeah.
What we can do is hop on a quick call, XYZ. Yep.
Do you do a survey before the call? Like, are you ready to invest at least?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yes. So it's a good point. He's talking about a qualification form. If you have like a higher end service, you can have them fill out a form that gets them ready to, not even gets them ready, it basically just qualifies them and sees, are they ready to buy now? How much are they willing to invest? Again, you could ask, what are their main goals? What are they struggling with? Something like that before the call. Because you don't want to just like waste time 60 minutes if they're just like window shopping. You're gonna maybe run into that. But if you have a qualification form, it'll help you like weed out kind of like the tire kickers or the freebie hunters, what I like to call them.
Yeah.
Which is all good if you want free stuff. Yeah, questions? Yes, I'm on.
Yeah, so for those of you that are like entrepreneurs, like our business, I work in corporate, right? Everything's tracked.
Yeah.
Lead conversion rate, reach rate, all that stuff.
Nice.
What are you using to know, like, hey, this is like my conversion rate,
Yeah.
my success rate?
Yeah, no, it's
And also, maybe this is the beginning, but also with that in mind, like your ideal, well, I guess you already talked about your ideal customer profile. And I'm sure that's all there as well.
Yeah. So with ideal customer profile, I'm not sure if you were here, brother, just yet. Did we?
I missed that.
Okay, so that's exactly like this is our niche who we're working with.
Okay.
So just real quick is like for you it would be I help and then type of person that you want to help achieve desired result without sacrifice. So you kind of fill in the blank there,
Gotcha.
if that makes sense. Now in terms of conversions, I definitely love that. We do it manually, just like by Google Sheets. You could see like out of X amount of messages you're sending, how many become phone calls. Out of those phone calls, how many people show up. Out of how many people show up, how many closed. You guys could track all of that
Are
stuff.
you doing any outbound or is it all inbound?
No, we're doing outbound too. Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say high-level CRM, you can track the
Exactly.
different pipelines, and then it gives you a pipe chart.
Exactly. Well, if you're just getting started, I wouldn't track too many things. Literally, like like your current clients, where they're at right now, how many calls you're booking, and how many like sales you're getting is a general overview. Because you're like in corporate, they track if an employee farts. Like they'll track everything.
No, but like even though I'm in corporate, they don't have all the answers. So like I want to know, hey,
Gotcha.
what time of the day do I need to call my prospects on the East Coast?
Love that.
I'm sure you're going to track that too. Hey, I have these clients on the East Coast. Let me hit them. Like 8 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon.
Right.
And then you work the times.
Yeah. Whenever they're most active would be that like situation. But yeah, 100%. I would keep it simple in the beginning, and then kind of scale up with tracking, if that makes sense. Okay, those are great questions. I appreciate it. Any other questions? Anything on that? Yeah.
Do you suggestions? So I have, you know what Mahjong is? It's a Chinese tile game. It's like in Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay.
So I teach the game.
Yeah.
And it started slowly and it was just exploded.
Nice.
All ages.
Okay.
But my demographics are 60 and up and 20 to 40. So I almost feel like I can't have 2 separate Instagram accounts. I can't have 2. Like, how do you try to reach everyone?
That's a good question. So in that scenario, if it's 2 different types of people, you could just focus on one problem that you solve. Because both of them are trying to have fun, whether they're 20 or 60, whatever. So you don't have to focus on like, I help people 20 to 40 or 60 or whatever it is. You could just be like, I help people and then achieve desired result, right? Have more fun with the game and have, create memories with their family. And then you can kind of go from there and solve that problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. Anything else? Cool. I love this so far. All right, last thing. So once they're actually in and someone has paid you, let's clap. Congratulations. The work doesn't stop though. The work doesn't stop. So now we want to focus on a world-class service. So I do want to just like mention all of you are going to give different services, right? Some of you have apps, construction, coaching. And so it's going to be different what you give your customers, but I want to share 3 main rules that will make your service just like world class and will help it out a lot. First thing is fast wins within 24 hours. If you could write that down, it will help tremendously. So for example, with fitness.
Could you say that again?
Yep. Fast wins within 24 hours. So as soon as someone pays, you want to give them what they paid for like ASAP. Right? You don't go to like Walmart and get a TV and they're like, all right, yeah, we'll send it in a couple weeks. You're walking out with that thing. And so you want to make sure if someone, for example, buys a fitness program for us, or from us, I should say, they get a custom nutrition plan, custom workout plan, and they're introduced into the client community and booked in for their onboarding call within 24 hours, like within the same day. Why we do this is because for all of you, if someone pays you, you don't want to give them a lot of time to be like, was this the right fit? I'm not sure. Let me think it over. They'll get some buyer's remorse. Get them in right away. Give them immediate wins. So they're like, wow, this was a great decision. Okay? That's within the first day. Next thing, create a community within your clientele. No matter what you create a community. Think about this building, right? We're all in a WhatsApp group for our apartment. We're all, right, Nico, shout out Nico. We're all in a WhatsApp group. We're at this in-person event right now because Flow literally knows if they can have residents create relationships within the community, we're gonna stay longer and we're gonna pay more. And that's why they do this stuff. So Nico, great job. All right.
You're exposed to me here, bro.
It's great business practices, right? And so you could create a community, and then within that community, I'll talk about even some challenges you can run, some events you can do that will literally keep your clients forever. They'll love you. All right, so create a community, and you can do this on WhatsApp, Facebook groups, social media groups, all that. And even in the community, I would host calls if you want to write that down. It could just be like once a month, Zoom calls, or it could be one-on-one calls. This is where you're giving extra value. Maybe you do a training, right, to help them out, or maybe it's just extra one-on-one support with whatever they're struggling with, right? So if you do a lot of these, it's gonna immediately make your service more valuable, and you could charge a lot more than just giving a PDF or just doing bare minimum. Okay, so any questions on that? No. Okay, all clear? Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I do small business lending in Canada mostly.
Okay.
So when it comes to building a community around that, what do you feel would be a good option or way to kind of?
So in terms of that, tell me a little bit more about your ideal client.
So it's a guy that maybe runs a restaurant
Yeah.
and or laundromat needs 50 grand, let's say.
Okay.
Inventory, has a whole move, whatever.
Got it.
Apartment will
Okay.
fund the capital.
Okay, perfect. So what you can do is wherever they're most active online, whether it's like social media, WhatsApp, whatever, you could start a group, and in there you don't have to do anything crazy, but just give them value with like recent business updates in their market. Something that they would be like, oh, thank God he sent me this today. That's good information. And you just have a group that you could kind of send that value to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like a newsletter kind of
A
thing.
newsletter. I was just about to say that. Yeah,
Sure.
100%. Great question. Great question. Yeah.
I was going to say to now, a school and high level both have communities,
Exactly.
free and paid as well.
Exactly, yeah. So school's a platform, Go High Level's a platform. The thing is, like, if your clients, no matter what industry you're in, if your clients are meeting amongst each other and they're actually getting to know each other, you no longer have a service, you're creating a movement. You're creating a movement.
I was thinking for Osiris.
Yeah.
Maybe in that, it's like small business lending.
Yeah.
Like he may not need a creative community, he may be able to join a community of other lenders, and he just adds value to that existing community.
Also, one more thing I was going to say, I didn't know your name, unfortunately, but
The
how
king.
the business owner can like allocate capital, for example, like in construction, let's say. Oh, right now, if you put money into like Meta ads instead of like Google ads, the cost per acquisition is a lot lower, and that sort of stuff helps the business owner. Or Warren Buffett talks about how like the capital allocation is really important. Oh, instead of spending money for 6 months in Google ads, if you do SEO with this company that guarantees the #1 spot, over time it will be a lot cheaper, and then maybe you have like an affiliate link or something.
Break down overall cost. I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's
I love that. And like even with a community, so even what you could do is maybe like an in-person event. It might cost you a bit, but you get everyone there, and then you could give them some sort of training or lesson that will help them. That's going to be valuable, or literally just take them to dinner. Like connect, take them to dinner, have a good time. People can connect and join each other and just get to know each other in your community. That would be awesome. Any other questions on that? All right, last thing. I really do appreciate the full focus and like everyone's taking notes. Great. So three pro tips to just add some more fuel on the fire. First thing is handwritten cards for new clients. This goes a long way. I actually just got one from one of my clients. That's why I put this here. And I told him to do this, and I still choked up a little bit. I freaking told him to do it. But it just goes a long way because now it's all AI and ChatGPT. So once you see like someone sat down, wrote a handwritten letter, like it goes a long way. So if you have a client that just invested in you, the least you can do is show appreciation and give them a handwritten card, maybe mail it to them or give it to them in person. It really goes a long way. Next thing is hosting challenges within your community. So what this means is, for example, like we'll take Joe with personal branding and growing that. If Joe hosts maybe like a challenge within his community, he can say, hey, everyone throughout the month of May, post how many clients you're getting, post some financial wins, and the person that gets the most, I'm going to send you free AirPods. Okay, and that's the way it can go. That gets Joe more social proof for all this over here, for advertising, and it actually helps his community get more engaged. Because you want to think of, if you got invited to a party, right, let's think of that, and you walked into the party, and there was just like 2 people there, no one's playing music, there's like no lights, nothing's going on, you're going to tell your friend like, hey, let's get out of here. But if you walk into a party and there's lights and there's music, DJ Ransom's there, and you got all these things going on, like they're not going to want to leave. So you want basically your community very engaged, so when clients come in, they're never going to want to leave. They're like, oh my God, we got Joe's clients, they're posting, Joe's clients making, 4K today, that's crazy. And they're already going to feel like they made an amazing decision investing in you because they see the party's lit and it's not dead. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. Awesome. Any questions on that?
What was the personal coach thing?
Yeah, personal coach. Last thing. I suggest this. There are times with my clients where I'll take in a personal coach some days and I won't talk about business at all. I won't talk about their fitness goals. I won't talk about them making money. I will genuinely just ask them what their weekend plans are. How's your son doing? I remember he was sick last week. How's he doing this week? How's your family going? I know you were kind of going through like that thing, like what's going on? Because you just want to come across as like approachable, that friend. You don't want to just be like, hey, what are your KPIs? Like, how much did you make today? You know, or look at the modules, do this, because then it's just like too robotic. You want to have that personal approach where you're also just friends with your clients, because it's first of all just good human nature, but also they'll stay for a lot longer because friends laugh in friends. So that's the personal approach. Any questions on that? Yeah.
Like at what point do you ask them for their address? Like, is that in the form?
That's a
or you
good
just ask
question.
them
That's a
straight
good
up?
question. So asking for personal information, I always sprinkle a joke after it. So for example, what I'll do when clients re-sign for another 6 months in our fitness program, I'll always send them an Amazon like gift bag, whatever. I'll send them protein bars or something. And I'll give them the reason of their address, and I'll be like, so one of our clients, Clint, just re-signed 6 months. So I was like, Clint, so excited to just keep going another 6 months. I want to help you lose this weight, feel amazing. Hey, by the way, if you're open to it, send your address. I'm going to send you some goodies. I'm not going to kidnap you, I promise. So you want to sprinkle in like a little joke so they know you mean well. And then also, I asked him 6 months into the program, not like day one, because I'm like, what the heck? That's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Does that make sense though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say when someone pays, you can send them a boarding form automatically,
Yeah.
and then follow up.
They
so
can put their
fill out
address.
the form.
They can put their address. And so the only thing with that is people might be like, oh, why is he asking for this? So I would just put like an asterisk, hey, we're only asking this so we can send you some goodies down the road if you stay with us or something like that. So yes, that is all I have. That is it. Thanks a lot. Now we can get into like some Q&A. I know we asked a lot of questions as we went, but does anyone have some lingering questions or questions about the process? Anything at all? Yeah.
So if I'm already at 6 figures a year, what should be the channels I should focus on?
That's a great question.
I've been a little stagnant,
Yeah.
and I got a little bit lazy in my call approach because I get a lot of free clients from organic, you know.
Yeah.
So without doing anything, just my Facebook profile is already optimized.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it should be, more cold emails, should it be paid ads?
I would focus on whatever got you to 6 figures in the first place. Whatever is like
Facebook posts.
Yeah, then keep doing that. Whatever is like really, really working, just double down on that. And then I would branch into like a different thing, but master one thing first, and then you can even delegate it to a team, hire a team for it, and then you can work on email or something like that. You know what I mean? Awesome. Good job. Keep it up. Yeah.
Do you have any books or podcasts you would recommend when they go over?
Yes, I definitely do. So if anyone knows Alex Hormozy,
Yes.
I read both of his books. They help $100 million offers and then $100 million leads. He has 2 books.
Yeah, they're some of the best
What,
books.
can you say it again, Marcel? What the books
So
you're recommending?
the name is Alex Hormozy is the author. And then his first book is $100 million offers.
I have it actually. If you need an extra copy, I have an extra copy.
And then $100 million leads. Awesome, great question. Helpful? Okay. Yeah? Any other questions on anything? Yeah.
So do you have a new guarantee now that you've kind of transitioned into
Yes,
online
so my
business?
guarantee is, it's different than fitness. My guarantee is my coaching package is 6 months. So if you don't make your investment back within 6 months, I coach you for free until you 100% hit your investment back.
That's exactly mine.
Oh, really? Awesome.
You run a coaching company too?
Mm-hmm.
Just like it?
It's a little bit different. I help people build their brands and grow their following, structure their offers. It's very similar.
Getting it made up, or just
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe they, they might know. Does anyone know, like actually creating it?
Yeah, like you want to create the postcard. That
Yeah. So does anyone know? Because I honestly like don't. Does anyone know like creation websites or places where you could send maybe a business card or a note
Vistaprint?
card? Yeah. Honestly, Vistaprint's a good one.
Canvas sends it.
I don't think Canva sends it.
They do, but it's still expensive.
Oh, does it do it?
Yeah.
Vistaprint's
Vistaprint is like
one.
the most
Probably the
professional.
best one. Okay. Good question. Yes, Amal.
So we might have to take this outside the class, but just, I don't know, if you have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, of course, bro.
So for those of us that work the complete opposite, we work big corporate, we're doing well, we make more than 6 figures.
Yeah.
We have a passion.
Yeah.
Hey, this is great, but this is not like, if I can do something that's more for my core.
Yeah.
What personal advice you got for someone that's like already killing in corporate, they want to make that transition to their own?
That's a great question.
Because we see all these things on Instagram, these great business pages,
Yeah.
people killing it, but obviously that's not from like the beginning.
Right.
So like, it's so easy for us to see that and say, hey, I want that, but we're like, we have to start from zero.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's an amazing question. I wouldn't recommend to drop everything and just pursue the business. I would say start the business, take messy action. You always hear me say that. Take messy action while you're still working in government, and you'll have to, it'll be, I call it like the season of no. You're gonna have to say no to some happy hours. You might have to say no to weekends and going out, because you're just gonna be on the grind for like 6 to 12 months. You're just gonna be on the grind because you're gonna be working your full-time job and then you're starting your side business, and then wait until your side business matches the income of your corporate, and then I would leave the corporate.
And then if you have any mentors that you know of that you would recommend that we talk to, maybe you can recommend.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's very different from someone that's like young, starting, than someone who's like over 35 years old. Hey, I want to do this now.
Yeah.
It's very different.
100%. I 100% recommend mentorship.
Also, one more thing that you said before you came for the defense, I asked him, how do you even know what you want to do? And he's like, what you watch, like, personally, just through like our YouTube algorithm, your Instagram algorithm, to understand yourself. And after that, I made all these notes, so that was actually really helpful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hope that makes sense, man.
Absolutely. So,
We'll talk after too. Yeah. Question? All right. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for coming to it today.
Thank you, bro. Hey, thanks for coming over.
Nico, good stuff.
Dude, have a great one. You too. Helpful, bro.